Advocate Shri K. Raju, Honorable Minister for Forest, Animal Husbandry and Zoo, Shrimati Honey Benjamin, Mayor Kollam Corporation, Raj Yogi Brahma Kumari Beena, Service Coordinator, Brahma Kumari Centers in South Kerala, Raj Yogi B.K. Kalavati, Senior Raj Yoga Teacher, Chennai, Brahma Kumari Pankajam, Director, Kollam, Kottayam District. Piriyapetta Sahodri Sahodran Mare, Ellavarkum Ente Namaskaram. Brahma Kumaris Kollattu, Sang Dipicha, Atmiyata Liude Vishwa Shanti Yumam, Sadbhavana Yumam, Enna Sammelanam Udghatanam Cheyan Atiyaya Santoshmun. Samuhatil Atmiye Mulya Angal Pirchari Pikkunnatil Brahma Kumari Sinte Sevanam Pirshansa Arhikunnu Brahma Kumari Sinte Putiya Mandir Maya विश्व ज्योति भवन ध्यानत्तिनुमा आध्यात्मिका पठनत्तिनुमा एन्नुमम वेदिया कुमेन्नु pirtikchikunnu. I am delighted to inaugurate the Conference on Spirituality for Global Peace and Harmony at the newly constructed Jyoti Bhavan, the Raj Yoga Center of Brahma Kumaris at Kollam. As we all know, the Prajapita Brahma Kumaris have been rendering social, moral, and spiritual education services all over the world since 1936. I was looking at the subject of this conference, and then I decided not to read my prepared speech. It's such a powerful subject. Spirituality for global peace and harmony. You know, the human society, since the inception of civilization, they needed some organization which can ensure collective welfare. And for that purpose, some unity or semblance of unity was absolutely essential. World over, how people created that sense of unity. You will see, till about 150 years back, even that may be less, the needed unity was created on the basis. Societies were organized on the basis of either ethnicity, language, religious denomination, customs and rituals. We are the people who belong to the same race, therefore we should unite. We are the people who speak the same language, therefore we should unite. Naturally, for betterment. But the basis of unity was ethnicity, color of the skin, the language which is spoken by the people, the manner in which they worship. the customs and the rituals. India possibly was the only civilization in the world, the only people in the world who did not make any of these things as basis of their unity. Our rishis, they found a much loftier principle. And the principle was, Ahem Brahmasmi Tattvamasi. The same divinity that dwells in me dwells in you. It was the spiritual unity that bound India together. Because our people, they belonged to different colors. They spoke different languages. They worshipped different gods. They practiced different rituals and customs. Then how to create the unity? The basis of the unity was spiritual awareness. And that is why, for long period of time, India was recognized as the knowledge destination, knowledge hub. Why? Because to create awareness for spiritual unity, sameness, you need that knowledge. Our rishis are telling us that same Brahma dwells in everybody. Why does it not manifest itself? It does not manifest itself because it is buried under the layers of the ignorance of Aham. It is only with the help of knowledge, Gyan. In Kerala you would say Jnana. Is that right? Yes, Jnana. It is only with the help of Jnana that you can slowly remove the layers of Ahem, the ignorance, and then that Brahma manifests itself. As it has been said by Swami Vivekananda, religion is nothing but manifestation of divinity that already exists in man. When that divinity manifests itself, then you realize that there is no duality. There is no duality. Duality is only in appearance. In essence, we are all one. That's why Indian sages, they laid great stress on acquisition of knowledge. Tapa swadhyay nirittam, ever devoted to the pursuit of knowledge. Why devoted to the pursuit of knowledge? Just for the sake of knowledge? For the sake of creating awareness of spiritual unity. Our sages, their message never had a parochial or local appeal. Again, I would like to refer to Swami Vivekananda. He said, the essence of Vedanta is that there is one being. And every being is that being in full, not a part of it. And then he says, my mission is not just for the people of India. My mission is to preach unto mankind their divinity and its manifestation in all movements of life. I am telling you with all honesty and sincerity at my command, whenever I see any of the Brahma Kumaris, I see that ancient wisdom of India What tremendous work they are doing. I'm so proud that I have come here. It gives me, since 1984, you mentioned about Asha Behan. She has been so kind. There are so many people among the Brahma Kumaris who are so kind to me. And you are embodiment of inspiration for people like me.
Very nice.
The wonderful work that you are doing. You are trying to create that spiritual awareness through the most effective medium, and that is knowledge, education. You know, our tradition tells us, you are devoted to the pursuit of knowledge, and then you apply that knowledge. Much older than many of our ancient scriptures is the Sankhya Yoga, Darshan. And there's a beautiful story. Beautiful story. Muni Kapil Dev was devoted to this pursuit of knowledge. For us, Indian tradition does not consider religion a matter of books, a matter of dogma, a matter of custom or ritual. No. It is anubhuti, experience. You realize it. And when you realize it, through the medium of tap, I know that I will go beyond the time. Therefore, I had put the alarm. So I'm going to finish it now. Through tapa, self-discipline, austerity, you acquire knowledge. And then when knowledge comes, a rishi asks another, what is tap? What is austerity? What is self-discipline? Many answers were given. I don't remember which Upanishad this story comes from, but many answers were given. And finally, one of them said, Tapa is so adhyay and pirvachan. When you have that anubhav, when you have that experience, then an urge comes in you to share it with others. So when Kapil had this experience, when he realized the supreme truth, he looked around, he wanted to share his knowledge with others. There was none around. Only his mother was sitting somewhere at a near distance. He called her. And in our tradition, it is known as Kapil Dev Ahuti Samvat. And there are beautiful lines there, but 4 lines I find absolutely, they just simply floor you. Atmam sarveshu bhuteshu bhutatmanam kirtalayam archaye dan manabhyam maitri abhinain chakshusha. See in each one my temple I reside in. In each human body I reside. Therefore consider each one as the abode of God. And give them the utmost respect that you give to your God. And help them if you can in fulfilling their felt wants. And look at everybody with same-sightedness. You cannot differentiate. This is the Indian tradition, which many a times we forget. And it is our Brahma Kumaris, people like them, who remind us again and again that we have inherited this glorious tradition. And we need to be aware of that tradition. And then, as they are doing, we can not only improve our lives, we can show light to the world. थैंक यू वेरी मच। लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवंतु। जय हिंद, जय भारत।